Good afternoon. This is our group pitch in which we will be presenting our final ideas for our film opening, Haunting Olivia. Our genre is horror/thriller, and our target audience are teenagers interested in horror movies. Our general idea for this pitch is to create a film opening with a girl named Olivia who gets kidnapped. She's first seen at a shopping center where she's getting some photos developed. She notices that there is a stalker on all of the pictures and begins to get very nervous and scared. When she reaches the parking lot, a bag is put over her head and everything cuts to black. The scene is then established 9 months later in the psychiatrist's office, where they talk about what happened to her. She is suddenly taken back to where everything began and she starts to have flashbacks. For the casting and characters, we will be casting 2 characters as the main roles, which will be the psychiatrist, which we want to be a woman aged mid-20s, and Olivia, which obviously is a girl aged about 17. We want her to be able to act out as if she's very vulnerable and timid. For this movie, we will also be able to apply Strauss's concept of binary opposition, since we are creating the comfortable psychiatrist room where the light is it's very bright, and then we have the basement where it's very, very dark and a gloomy setting. So yeah, that will be a clear contrast.
In terms of costume, it's going to be very significant and will give the audience clues about the characters and events in the rest of the film. The main character will be wearing a white dress in the first scene where there is equilibrium. This represents her innocence, happiness, and also carefree nature at this point in the film. Her nails will be painted pink, which has connotations of girls, therefore reflecting her girly personality. She was wearing black Converse, which is typical of a teenage girl. During the flashbacks, when you see her being tortured, she'll be wearing a grey t-shirt, and during the therapy scene, she's wearing a black hoodie. These colours show the transition that she goes through and how traumatic her experience was. In the first few scenes, she's going to be wearing makeup, so liquid eyeliner and mascara, again relating to the girly stereotype. In the torturing flashbacks, we will use a light foundation to make her look pale. Using blue, red, yellow and black face paint will create bruising on her face. She will also have a cut on her cheek and will need fake blood to make that. During the therapy scene, in terms of makeup, she'll also be quite pale and have bags under her eyes, which we can create using eyeshadow. So some props that we will need are a handbag, for her in the first scene, also her phone. We'll need a sack, some rope and also a chair, and also a lot of fake blood which we could make. So for the lighting, we're going to use flash, and that will create for the basement scene, and it will make really harsh lighting, and this will create a confused effect.
As for locations, we decided to use Bronwyn's basement for our scene of Olivia's flashbacks. We are currently looking into finding a psychiatrist's room. We want to create these flashbacks by filming like 1 to 2 second shots where she's tied into a chair in the basement. These shots are supposed to add to the tension and emphasize how scared she is and still is. We intend to use Adobe Premiere for our editing and special effects. We're also going to use Adobe After Effects to create the idents. Our main inspiration for this film is linked to the horror movie The Conjuring, and we think that using a similar title sequence to the movie The Cabin in the Woods. Thank you very much for listening to our pitch.